It's good to be back. In fact, the environment is so volatile right now that there is a lot of uncertainty within people. In fact, as I work with different leaders, their approach to all of this change is sometimes surprising. A lot of them have anxiety. Sometimes they have paralysis to say, hey, where exactly should I focus to go ahead and change? In some cases, I've even seen some level of what we call an imposter syndrome. Am I really capable to be in this role? This level of self doubt, anxiety, paralysis, imposter syndrome, these are all symptoms of coping with all of the change. In fact, I wanted to go ahead and share a few ideas if you are feeling somewhere along these lines so that you can go ahead and cope better with all of this change that's happening around you. The first thing that you may want to consider, and which is what a lot of leaders do well, is getting to do the hard things first. So when you go ahead and focusing on retiring the hard things first, that is when you have far more space and you're far more relaxed to focus on what's important as well. The second element that may be useful to grapple with all of this change is to develop what I call daily rituals. In addition to the usual rituals that you may have of eating, drinking, and sleeping, you might want to add on a couple of rituals, which is all about learning and reflecting. In fact, this capability to reflect every day actually gives you the ability to identify how much more you have within yourself. The last thing that I may go ahead and request you to cope with all of these change is to look at building on your social connections. Stress wants us to connect, and the best way to connect is to have meaningful relationships and connections. So get your networking on the overdrive. And while you network, think also about creating an emotional bank account every day. Make somebody greater. In fact, all of these, when put together, will help you to go ahead and cope with all of these changes every day. Of course, learning, reflecting, connecting, stretching, those are all different ways in which you can become a much better leader going forward. I would be happy to go ahead and get to hear how you are coping with all of this change around you. Good luck.